So I was in the IB program, and let me tell you, it was tough. For those of you who don't know, the IB program is basically this program that schools offer for their top students. You know, the kids who are supposed to be super smart, super ambitious, and who love suffering apparently. It makes your classes way harder than usual, but the idea is if you survive to this program with decent grades, you have a better shot at getting into some of the best universities in the world. Because yeah, statistically speaking, if you're doing the IB and applying to a competitive university, it can help your chances. But at the same time, I know people who got into amazing schools and they never touched the IB program. So it's not the only way. Not doing IB isn't the end of the world. Now in my high school, I'm not sure if this is the same everywhere, but we had the option to join the program or not. They gave us this whole presentation where they showed us slides talking about how the program lasts 2 full years and how if you pass with good grades, you can apply to tons of universities around the world. So I signed up. In our school, we got to pick a foreign language, either French, German or Italian. For science, we could choose between physics, chemistry or biology, and of course we had to take math, plus 3 other classes that felt more like filler content just there to make our days longer than everyone else's. Because I remember that we were still in classes and the other people that weren't in the program were already outside. I chose physics and German, and after a few years I know that probably that was the worst combination. It was exhausting. There were so many late nights. I remember one time I was so tired that I literally fell asleep at 8 p.m. which for me wasn't common at all. That's how bad it was. And the worst part, it didn't even seem to matter. I remember one test where I got a 30. It was the lowest score in the class, and I studied for that test. It wasn't like I didn't try, and when I received the grade, it was bad. But it wasn't just me. Most of us were drowning. The material was so complicated, so overwhelming that even the smart kids were struggling. Like nobody was striving. So then I started wondering, is it really worth it? Because honestly, I think it might be better to be one of the best students in a regular program than one of the worst in IB. Especially if you're not going to study abroad or apply to some elite top tier university. Because that's the main point of IB, right? To get into those big name schools. They also tell you that some colleges will give you credit for certain IB subjects. But that totally depends on your career path. Sometimes they don't even accept the credits, so you do all this extra work and still have to take the same classes in college. And in the end, the entire program basically boils down to one exam. Just one. If you mess that up, well, congratulations, you wasted 2 years of your life. And to be honest, I didn't even finish the program. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that I had to move to a different city to start college. That's when I left the program. But in reality, I had already been thinking of quitting. I just waited until I had a reason to make it official. So technically, I didn't leave the program left. But yeah, that was my experience. Maybe you'll have a better one, maybe the program is different now, or maybe you are just built different. And if so, great. But for me, honestly, even studying architecture for 1 semester was easier than the IB program. And that says a lot. So if you're currently deciding between the regular high school path and IB, just think it very carefully. If you do choose IB, I hope it actually helps you in the long run. Because it's not easy, but who knows, maybe it'll be worth it. Cheers. Hello guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and had a great time while watching the video. As always, I put a lot of effort in this video, so I really hope that you enjoyed it and I had a great time. And well, thank you for the 100 subscribes that I got 2 videos ago. I hope that this video goes well and I can get a lot of you to subscribe. Thank you very much, and as always, love you and see you in the next one. Cheers.